It's here. Your final workout has been done. All the planning since the end of last season is in the books, and now you're ready to go. How comfortable do you feel getting set for opening day tomorrow?
I feel very comfortable. I'm very pleased with where our players are all at. Our pitchers were able to accomplish everything we wanted them to. We worked our position players very well and very hard. So they're smiling out there ready, knowing that they've gotten everything they've wanted to get done in spring training. And now the best part, now that you go play baseball, and you have to be able to go relax and enjoy it out there on the field and play hard and play somewhat loose and just go do your job well. And we've made it to that point. We're here, and opening day's upon us.
With all the pageantry of opening day, it's going to be sold out. There's a lot of, it's almost like a playoff game in some ways. Do you have to tell your team that, you know what, remember this is one of 162, or do you want them as ramped up as they can be for this?
Oh, I don't give a speech before I've done enough speeches. These guys are all set. They've had their kind of pre-opening day meetings that we've knocked out a day. We do it today because tomorrow gets really busy. Opening day always gets busy. I'll also say opening day is always the day where no one quite feels like themselves. It's a very, like you said, amped up atmosphere. Your heart's racing and you're breathing probably in a different way. But whether you're managing, coaching, or playing, it's probably game 2 or game 3 where you start to settle in and play. So you kind of maybe ride a little bit of that emotion on day 1, go out there, maybe have an out-of-body experience, make some great plays, whack a few, and be ready to go. But it's definitely a different day. The energy is always very high.
Have you ever thought of a different opening day starter? This is Pablo's 3rd straight. Is it his that he has earned to be the starter?
Yeah, every year's different. We talk about opening day being ceremonial in some ways in our game, but it's not with that. No, you want to make sure that you have everything lined up and you make that decision with thought. And, Pablo is our guy this year, and every year you have to earn that opportunity to go out there and pitch in that game, and he earns it every day with the work that he puts in and the way he pitches.
Last year you guys struggled so much when you did hit home runs, especially late. Is there hope that some of the new methods you guys have, just the way you're doing batting practice, has you better prepared just to be like in a game where if it's not, it's a cold day, you have to adjust. Like, do you think as you the more proper frame of mind?
Yeah, that is the point. That's the point, and that's exactly what we're aiming at. And you're going to see that over 162 games. That you show yourself. I believe in that. You will display all the things that you have implemented or that you've worked towards implementing. You'll show what type of team you are. You're going to score a certain number of runs over these games. You're going to give up a certain number. The goal tomorrow is just to outscore the Cardinals. That's all we care about. But I think doing that through positive, good at bats, really. Good positive at bats. Having a good idea of what we're trying to accomplish against Sonny Gray tomorrow, and then doing it. And you're just trying to do it a little better than him and a little bit better than the other team to get that win. But yeah, that's the goal. The whole point of this is to find ways to score runs when we're not hitting the balls in the seats. And there's a lot of ways to do it, but that's the point.
We've talked a lot about how August and September informed some of your decisions going into the spring. How much did April of last year inform some of those decisions in the same way?
Certainly a bit. We saw a kind of a team conversation as the year formed and the way we finished, but also individual conversations. So you get a chance to see the lineup tomorrow. I know I have not posted it yet, but you'll see it at some point, and you're going to see guys that are out there. You're going to see guys that are going to be earning opportunities back, and they'll get their time, and the place will come for them to get at bats and get starts and get in a rhythm. But I think what you're saying, I'm kind of saying in long form, but you're going to see the way that we have our guys lined up that, some guys are going to get their opportunities early. Some guys are going to have to wait and earn them.
The injury part is unfortunate, of course, but how special is it to be able to tell guys like Mickey Gasper and Deshaun Kersey that they are going to be here on opening day, given their journey to this point in their career?
Yeah, it's a great moment for them in their lives, in their careers. I'm sure they'll never forget it. I hope they never forget it. I also get a great amount of pleasure calling them in, because there's always the tension around that period of time in spring training where guys don't know what to think. They're just working hard. And the one great thing about those two guys is they've done everything the right way. They play and work and act accordingly. They work exceptionally hard. They're ready for what we're giving them, the opportunity we're putting in front of them, and they should be excited. They've earned it, and I look forward to seeing them both out there playing well.
What's it like, whether it be the off-season, spring training, what's the conversation like about this team, talented team, about keeping them on the field? What's that been like?
Well, I mean, it's certainly part of the conversation, but the guys that are out here healthy and playing and active and ready to go win a game tomorrow are the guys that we're focusing all of our energy on. We're focusing all of our time and intent on finding a way to win. We have a very talented team. We have a very well-rounded team, I think. The way we look at kind of both ends of our pitching staff, the rotation and the bullpen, our starting lineup that we'll throw out there tomorrow, but also our bench players that are very talented. They have skill sets. They have things that can really help you win a game. Being able to put it all together the right way that's the good part for me. That's the part that I like to think about a lot. But we have tons of talent. We have tons of baseball playing ability and great baseball minds in our clubhouse, and they do things the right way, the way that I want to see it. So I got everything that I could hope for in a roster and in a group of players.
What stood out about how your guys responded and adapted to a new slew of hitting coaches? What impressed you about how the players and that part of the staff worked together this spring?
They ate it up, and being able to watch them in meetings, watch them work on a day-to-day basis, watch them be open-minded to really focusing on accomplishing different things each day than maybe they were asked to previously. Watching it all happen and play out day by day. It's one thing to have a good day on day one or the first week being productive. It's another thing to watch it for a full 6 weeks of spring training, and guys that are kind of craving that direction that they think can help them. So I think it was very productive, but the mindset of the players is the most important part of it, and they had a great open-mindedness to the work that they put in.
Just out of curiosity, with Borg's going to visit some of the guys in the offseason, was that his decision, or was that his idea, or was that suggested to him? Just curious,
Both. All of the above. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a very productive thing, especially as you're meeting. Forget these guys as players, just meeting them as people, starting the conversation of, all parts of conversation, with them. There's only one way to do that. It's one thing to do it on the phone. It's another thing to do it in person. And it takes a little effort, but Borges really was up for it. And our assistants did the same, too.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
Did the timing of Mickey's injury toward the end of camp mess with your certainty that he would be ready for today?
Yes,
tomorrow?
Absolutely, but not for long. When I went out there on the field and saw him at JetBlue, I was probably a little pessimistic. I shouldn't get too ahead of myself without talking to the trainers and the doctors, obviously, but his ankle looked in rough shape. A cut like I had an open wound that I'd never seen on a field, really, something like that. But the doctors are good at what they do, and they know what they're talking about. And a few days later, he's out here running sprints, catching bullpens. And when you ask Mickey Gasper how he's feeling, you're only going to get the answer, "I feel great." And he's given it to everyone multiple times already. We even laughed reading the injury report at just how damn good Mickey Gasper felt, his words. So he's going to be fine.
Rocco, knowing how long the season is, still how valuable is April to start, like a good start, and how do you prepare prepare for that in the spring?
Yeah, well, you need to work the players hard to keep them sharp in a lot of ways, and that can be different in different camps. I've seen it done very differently. So you actually, I think, do need a lot of reps, even more so than people may think, for a lot of guys to regain the skills that they have so they're sharp when they start. But mentally getting going, there's the team conversation, there's the individual player conversation. Yeah, everyone wants a hot start. We also know that it doesn't mean everything, it means something. And you know, I've seen it propel teams to excellent seasons. I've seen every kind of season there is, probably, you know, and guys that have been in the game 50 years have seen stuff that I maybe don't want to see, you know, but can't even imagine. You're going to see all kinds of things. Is it important? Of course it's important. Everyone wants to start out good and have a great energy and vibe showing up every day. But it's not something that puts you away if you don't start the way that you want. It might actually motivate players and motivate a team in some ways too. So it doesn't mean everything. I can assure you of that. But if I can choose a hot start or not, I'm going to take the hot one.
Can you ever know ahead of time? Like last year, how did you know you were going to get hot when you did? Like,
no one knows a thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No one knows a thing.
You have 6 weeks to get ready, but you have no idea.
That's right. I mean, sometimes I have to pretend, and sometimes I think you all have to pretend like you know what might be coming next, but we really don't. And I've seen things are always going to zig when you think they're zagging.
Like with you guys last year, right?
We were pretty streaky last year from beginning to end.
Right,
so
yeah.
that was probably a tale of what happened last year. But I don't care about being streaky. I don't care about really anything except ending where we want to end.
There used to be a notion that, like, if you get off to a good start, there are wins to be had against teams that are still treating April like spring training. But like, if you find yourself a little bit quicker, but the way spring goes now, I'm not so sure that applies anymore.
No, you know, I don't look at it like that. I have I've really probably learned early on in professional baseball to never underestimate anybody ever. No matter how players are playing or teams are playing in spring training or in April, you treat them with the utmost seriousness. You treat every team basically the same. If you treat teams differently, I think you run into an issue. When you treat them the same, then you're prepared. You're as prepared as you can be for them, and that's what I think. That's the way I think you have to handle it.